Excuse me. All right. I just want to test this audio here before we begin the stream. We're going to do a dual stream here to YouTube and TikTok. If there's anybody in chat, just let me know if this is coming across okay. Definitely want to make sure that you guys can hear this. All right. I just want to test this audio here before we begin the stream. We're going to do a dual stream here. Sounds pretty good. All right. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Let's fire up TikTok. Let's get the TikTok fam in here. It's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter stream here tonight. Double up and do another one here this evening. Bam. All right, cool. Put that right there. Put that right there. Bow. 3, 2, a 1, and we are live. I'm just gonna wait a while, let some folks get in this thing. Man, I feel like the last time I went live was probably a week and a half ago at this point. I got to get that frequency going again. I just got a lot going on. I'm doing a lot of research, trying to find projects. Shout out to everybody that's joining us on the YouTube. Shout out to everybody that's joining us here on the TikTok. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. All right. And if you might be watching this on YouTube, you guys can definitely see my screen. What's going on, Bird? What's going on, Jay Williams? Happy to see you guys here so bright and early. Chris is in the house. Rashad is here. Angela M is in the building. Appreciate y'all for those likes up. I want to say thank y'all for being here. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to hang out with me, and I appreciate that. A little bit of crypto. What's going on? Kenny, what's going on, family? Smitty, what's going on? Appreciate y'all for one of those likes up early. We got a nice stream that we're gonna do here today. All right. Hinted about this on Twitter. My man Mark is in the house. What's going on, Mark? Rashad, what's going on, family? Hope you're doing okay. Hope everybody's brand new 2024 is absolutely fantastic. I hope you guys have not given up on those New Year's resolutions just yet. And if you're here because you want to try to make a meaningful impact in crypto, I think I have some information for you here today that's going to help you do just that. So let's keep running those likes up. About 39, 40 y'all in here right now. We're going to get started in just a minute. If you want to see my screen, you can join me over on YouTube. Same handle at Crypto Glenn. And while you're over there, drop a follow, subscribe. We're on a mission to get to 100,000 subscribers here in 2024. And I can't do that if I don't have you guys on my team. So if you're viewing this on YouTube, go ahead and drop a sub while you're over there. HMV, what's going on, player? Everything is all right. What's going on, Ken? Good afternoon, family. Always happy to see y'all. Follow us on Twitter too, at Crypto Glenn. I just found out there's a gang of fake me's on Twitter, so please let me show y'all real quick, right? Just found this out. If you're gonna follow me on Twitter, right? Here is the profile handle that you want. It's a ton. I thought it was just on TikTok, but it's not. It's a ton. So let me just go ahead and drop this on y'all real quick. So if you're hitting me up on Twitter, you guys can definitely do so right there at CryptoGlenn. Right, just at CryptoGlenn. This is the handle that you all see, but there's like fake ones where it's like at CryptoGlenn.eth.eth. Right, so this is a real one. Definitely be sure that y'all hit me up on there. And it's cool because it allows me to kind of get back to you guys faster, right? Allows me to get back to you all faster in case you have questions, and just kind of allows us to have the conversation continuously, right? I feel like here at TikTok sometimes there's breaks, which is fine. And YouTube is good for a lot of the longer format videos. This will be on YouTube as well. So if you miss it, this will definitely be there. You just won't be able to see my face. You're just going to be able to see my screen because there's some things here that I need to show you per transaction. Just wanted to hear your opinion. Read about the new law in effect for crypto about reporting. Yeah, Slick, let me do this. I just heard about that yesterday. I'm still kind of going through it. My initial thoughts are it may not be as big of a deal as many people are making it out to be. But before I really go too far into that, I appreciate those for the New Year's marks. Thank you so much. Before I go too far into that, let me kind of finish reading that bill or that let me turn that down. Let me finish reading that document. I don't want to speak too prematurely, on something. I want to make sure that I've got enough relevant information to give, significant value add. But yeah, there's a lot of people that, that are up in arms about that because they're thinking like, hey, what does this mean for us for our crypto? And again, just being what I've been able to piece so far, it's just, you got to pay your taxes, right? And let's be honest, the only way that's really going to affect you is if you do this crypto thing right. If you're not doing crypto right, the vast majority of people are not going to have transactions over $10,000, so you're probably not going to have to worry about it. Evan, good to see you, family. Happy New Year. That video you did about the the goats, yeah, I was laughing way harder at that than I should have been, but yeah, that was good. That was good. Yeah, like a bank transaction, right? So if you're moving funds like from point A to point B, really I think what that is set to put into place are individuals, so like NFT creators, okay? So if you've got an NFT collection that you've created and your total transactions are over 10K and you want to move those funds from one wallet to say like another wallet, be it Kraken, Coinbase, whatever the case is, and you want to try to turn that into real money, just like how it is now, if it's at $10,000 or more, you're going to have to report that, right? So I don't really think it's anything too much different, but yeah, definitely absolutely need to finish going through that document so I can provide more meaningful commentary on it. What's going on, Phone Fix? Phone Fix, man, let me tell you, I need y'all. I have a crack in my screen right now. I was at home with the family, and the babies, they got a hold of the phone and just bashed it one good time, and now I got this little crack. It's kind of neat, though. It's over on this side. It kind of looks like a little bit of a scorpion. What's going on, Claire? Long time no see. Where you been hiding? Money Talks Crypto's in the building. What's going on, girlfriend? I already know what you're thinking, and I'm right there with you, Money Talks. So yeah, one of the babies got a hold of the phone and they cracked it, and I was looking online. It's going to take about $384 to fix, which I mean, it's neither here nor there, right? If you don't want to have the little gaps in your screen, you got to get it fixed. But I'm also sitting here like, you could pay for it, absolutely no problem. But I'd rather put that money into crypto, so I'm at a little bit of a crossroads right now. I'm definitely at a little bit of a crossroads. Money Talks is like, yo, this market. Let me tell y'all a quick story before we get into this stream. I'm perusing TikTok yesterday, right? And I see Money Talks video, and she has the video of Kramer, who is basically talking about how Charlie Munger wasn't a fan of Bitcoin. If you've been in crypto any period of time, Munger hated Bitcoin, right? We all understand that. But he was saying this ETF is probably going to go through, and Bitcoin is probably going to be one of the only ones to survive. Like, it's bulletproof. You can't kill it. I saw that, and I commented on her video, and I commented on Crypto Chick's video because she had some of the same videos. She said, Kramer is bullish on Bitcoin. I'm out. Only to wake up and have Bitcoin fall off a cliff this morning. So that's all I'm saying. You want to know how to make money in this market? Do the exact opposite of what Kramer tells you to do. When he's bearish on it, go long on it. When he's bullish on it, go short on it. Money Talks. Did I not say that the minor stocks volume is insane, most active on Bloomberg? That's kind of deafening, isn't it? Appreciate you sharing the live out, Claire. Really, really appreciate that. Can someone add me with the best app sites to start with? Will, and when you say the best apps to start with or sites to start with, be more specific, because we're going to go over some here and literally just like in the next minute and a half. So if those are the sites that you need, I want to make sure you have those. But if you need more sites in terms of like just getting started with crypto in general, yeah, we need to talk about that too. So if you're here on YouTube, you see the current price of Bitcoin. It says 45,269. That's definitely not it. Let's go ahead and refresh that. There we go, $42,908. I want to take a look at this and see what this looks like on the chart. Just go ahead and pull this up. And yeah, I mean, this free fall really started out. When did this start to fall? It was like around 3 o'clock this morning. It was around 3 o'clock this morning. Bloomberg ramps up their crypto cycle ETF ads. I don't doubt it. I think they're absolutely trying to pull more liquidity into the markets to try to get people excited. If you guys ask me, I just don't think, and I've said this before, I don't know if the ETF getting passed would be so easy, right? Like we all just know about it and they're going to pass the ETFs with us knowing about it. So we've got to wait. They said at the earliest we could get some information today. Obviously that hasn't happened yet. At the absolute latest, I believe it's going to be the 10th. What's going on, Steve? Always happy to see my guy in here. At the latest, it's going to be the 10th, and I just don't know if I believe it's going to be that easy, right? But we're going to trade these markets one way or the other, you know, regardless. You guys want to see something cool here? We were doing a trade on Bitcoin last night, and man, this is why I love technical analysis. Let's take a look at this real quick, and then we're going to go get jumped into today's news, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So this is a trade I was doing on Bitcoin yesterday evening. My entry, I saw this, what I would call like a buy setup happening. And if anybody's interested in TA, this is probably a really good note to make. Anytime you have 3 red candles all following each other, right? Ideally, you want to see them kind of increase in size, but it's not always a prerequisite. But if you can get 3 candles that are all going to flow after one another, normally you want to make your entry above the high over the last red candle and put your stop loss just under its lowest point. So here you had it, the stop loss was just under the wick, and here was my entry. Your take profit, you're always targeting the former high. Now, some of you have asked me before, how do I place, or why do I place my take profits where I do? So I'm the kind of trader, I like to play the percents, right? So if I get in here, right, because again, you want to try to put your entry, the way this candle is structured, above the most recent high, just based on how this is structured, right? So I like to play the percent. So I might take 25% when we get to here, 25% when we get to here, and ideally, if we're targeting the last high, now everybody that knows about this kind of trade setup, they're all going to target the same area. So one of the ways I like to make sure that my orders get filled is I don't want to place my exit at the same exact place that everybody has their exit. Like I like to place my exits just a little bit lower just to make sure my orders get filled. You know what's crazy about this is if I were to break this chart down right now, it's on the 4 hour, but if I were to break this chart down, you could see how little activity we had at this, what would be the original take profit. The last take profit. I mean, this thing, it only wicked above, I'd say, this line about 5 times. So there are a lot of people that got trapped up here. Their orders never got filled, and to the downside we went. As this was starting to break out, I said, you know what? Before I even executed the trade, I'm thinking to myself, I'm just going to place my take profit at a little bit lower level just to make sure my orders get filled. And I'm actually happy I did that, because this thing, I mean, it literally just rolled over, right? So whenever you're doing technical analysis, obviously, we all want to try to get the most amount of profit that we can based on the trade setup that we're seeing. But being greedy is never a good thing. Bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered. So if you see a trade set up there and you see it's going to give the opportunity to make some money, you don't have to get everything 100%, right? What's up, Kai? You don't have to get everything at 100%, right? Lower that level down a little bit, take some profits. Nobody ever went poor taking profits, okay? All right, so what we're talking about here today, you guys know me, I always try to give my audience, my community, my family, the information before that price starts to run. I think I might be coming a little too hot on YouTube. I'm gonna turn that mic down just a little bit. There we go. I always try to give everyone the information before it becomes mission critical, okay? And why do I do that? Because if it's one thing I cannot stand, no shade to anybody else, If it's one thing I cannot stand, it's when content creators tell you about some shit after it moves. How does that help anybody? Good for you. You got the move. You got to make some money. How does that help the rest of us out? It doesn't, right? So I predicate myself on being able to tell you what's going to happen in the market before it happens, being able to give you information on projects before they launch or when they're still in their relatively very, very early stage. And most times, often than not, I don't buy into projects that I'm telling you all about until after I tell you, because I don't want to, oh, Glenn's front running everybody. Nah. So my deal is if I find information, I'm going to give it to you as soon as I can without it being rushed, right? Of course, Mike, don't mention it. Don't mention it. That's just that's my North Star. That's what I want to be able to do. And you all know we've had a fair amount of success operating that way. Covalent, pay attention. You're going to start to see more content creators talk about Covalent. We were talking about Covalent at, what was it, 4 cents? It's now at 21, 22 cents. Same thing with Moonwell. Same thing, Anoma. Same thing, Orichi, or I always butcher this name, ORICHI. They're like a AI narrative Oracle deal, just kind of started popping off. We were talking about them last year, right? TA setups, trade setups. I don't have enough fingers or toes to go over the amount of trade setups I've, gone over with you all. So that's one of the reasons. I just want people to get a hold of the information. And the other bit is, if I give it to you early enough, if you get it early enough, you can really take your time, do your homework on it, vet it, and see if it makes sense for you. Like, nothing that I talk about am I saying like, yo, you got to go buy this. I'm telling you about it because I want you all to have ample time to do your research on it to see if it makes sense for you to invest in it. Because if you have done your homework on it, and if you arrive at the same conclusion that I've arrived at, there's a strong likelihood you're probably going to buy into it. But ultimately, you got to make that decision. Where did you get that hoodie from? It's fire. So check this out. AVAX actually sent this over to me. I was stalking them on Twitter. I'm like putting together, I don't know if y'all can see that. This is, so AVAX, they have a Formula E car, right? Frequency, what's going on, love? They've got a Formula E car that they've sponsored with Team Andretti. And I feel like just right now I'm in this huge fandom, right, of cryptos they have real world partnerships, things that people know and they love. Motorsports, right? I've been around motorsports almost my whole entire life. My father was, a huge fan of NASCAR, and he would watch IndyCar and he would watch Formula One when I was younger. Didn't really understand it until I got older. I was up in Detroit last summer for the Detroit Grand Prix, and I know Formula One and IndyCar, they're two totally different things, but there's a lot of similarities there, and it just kind of really pushed that interest. So when I saw that there were a number of cryptocurrency organizations that were sponsoring Formula One and Formula E and other motorsports, IndyCar, I think there's another one, what's the name of it? The name will come to me. They sponsor a car, it's a Chevy team that I saw up in Detroit at the Grand Prix. And so it's just cool. So I've just been working on just trying to accumulate as much like merch as I can. So AVAX, hey, they sent this over. OKX, they sent over one of their McLaren team jackets, which I thought was super, super dope. Like, they absolutely did not have to do that. And lost for words, right? Like, I'm just so appreciative that they would think highly enough of me to send one of those over. What's going on, Mary? Hope you're doing okay. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. So I appreciate you so much. I really do. So, yeah, that's where I got the hoodie from. I think you can actually get this on their website. I don't know how many are left. I really wanted one of the team jackets, but we're still trying to track one down. It's hard. I think that they got more hits for it than they thought they were going to get, so you can't really find it. So I said, hey, if you guys find one, like, send it over. I'd love to have one. All right. So how do you actually find crypto projects before they get listed? I'm going to show you right now on my TikTok. There's already a video that's posted, right? I kind of gave you one way that you can find it. Now I'm going to show you how to find another one, okay? Chef Roz in the building? Roz not in here, is he? No way. If he is, he just crept in. What's up, Yasin? Hope you're doing okay. My man Technically Web3 is in the building. Oh, real fast, why Technically Web3 is here. So many of you have been asking me about the project that he did on Ethereum's testnet. What? No way. If you know, you know. About the project that he created. It was like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks at this point. But he created a lottery, right? Where you could deposit testnet tokens into this contract and it would randomly assign a winner. Now, since then, the project's going through a couple iterations, but if you're interested, you see, where's he at? It's kind of got like a plum and green logo. The name is technically Web3. Go ahead and drop him a follow now. And I'm going to do a static video so I can kind of link people who want to get involved in that project. I think it's a super neat concept. Again, it's on testnet. You're not really utilizing any money. I think this is a great illustration as to show people what's possible with coding and smart contracts in Web3. So if you want to learn more about that project that he's got going on, he's in the chat right now. Definitely just drop him a message, drop him a follow, and see how you guys can get connected, because again, I think it's super dope. So finding new projects before they actually get listed, how can you go about doing it? Well, you guys know me, I'm always a fan of giving you websites. There's a website you can take a look at now. It's ICO Drops, ICO Drops, ICO Drops, right? Let me just show y'all how to do this real quick. If you're watching on YouTube, you guys can see this on the screen, and don't worry, it will be recorded. If you miss it, or if you miss any part of the live stream, all you have to do is go to my YouTube at Crypto Glenn. You'll be able to see it, okay? So go to ICO Drops, this website right here. And I know this mic's probably feedback like crazy because I'm bumping into it. My fault, y'all. Sorry, YouTube. I just did it again, damn. So you go to ICOdrops.com. You got your active ICOs, you got your upcoming ICOs, you got your ICOs that just ended, right? So the way I like to play this is, what's going on, Mike? I really like to take a look at the upcoming ICOs, simply because this is a list of things to come. Now, once I've taken a look at the active ICOs or the upcoming ICOs, I'll take a look at the ICOs that just ended. And I'm gonna tell you why I do this here. You can also take a look at these, but I'll tell you how to go about looking at the active ICOs here in a second. Pastor Jesse's in the building. What's going on, player? So when you look at ICOs, the upcoming ICOs, you want to click it. And I wish they had a way that you could sort through this a little better, but they don't always. All right. So upcoming ICOs. And then what I'm looking for, right, is I want to find, because I have a theory right now, layer 2s, layer 1s, these are the projects that are getting a lot of traction right now. So these are the projects that I want to find. So as I'm looking at this, I want to try to sort these out in a way where it's like, well, which ones are going to be protocols or which ones are going to be like the L1s? And you can find that by looking at where it says blockchain service, right? So if you're looking at this, what's going on, Unc? You got the title of the project here, Digiverse. Sometimes it doesn't have a rating, and it'll tell you, hey, blockchain service. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Some of these, the goals that they're looking for, right? So if you click one, I know it says the goal is 1.4 million, but this one doesn't start until January 9th. Some of these will already have the total that they have received. I like looking at projects that are anywhere from $7 million to $10 million in terms of funding that's already been acquired. So let's see if we can find one here. Let me go to zoom this out. Blockchain service. Blockchain service. Let's look at Moveverse. This one's going to be a little bit low for me. It's 600,000. This one is going to be a fitness fi app. I think, just on the surface here, that it's a really neat concept. I just don't know how many people in crypto would really be looking for like fitness fi, right? So we'll kind of put that one in the maybe category. I'm going to go back. Let's take a look at this one. Phoenix, blockchain services. Okay. Receive $7 million. The token sell is soon. I want to go down here and make sure that where it says a short view, it actually says that the role of the token is utility. Okay. Now, when I scroll back up here, obviously it's going to give me a brief synopsis of what the project is. Right. And this one is Phoenix leverage cutting edge, fully homeographic encryption technology to introduce for the first time native encryption capabilities onto the Ethereum virtual machine smart contracts, enabling computation over encrypted data, right? So on the surface, you're gonna be like, I don't really know what the hell that means. Come over here. Let's go to their Twitter. When you get to the Twitter, I'm just going to throw them a follow real quick. Here we go. So when you get over here to the Twitter, obviously you're going to have some homework. You're going to have a little bit of reading that you need to do. This is a pinned one from November 16, 2023. We're excited to announce the release of Phoenix's IO, fully homogenic encryption. Okay, but right now we're kind of looking for like airdrops, right? So what you could do is you could kind of go over here to the search bar. You could copy the project's name. And I kind of went over this in one of the last videos. You place it over here, you paste it, and then you're going to want to try to find, put airdrop next to it and see if they've got some information that comes out next to it. Okay. Let's go back because I don't think this one has an airdrop, but we'll try it real quick. You can put airdrop or rewards. And whenever you put airdrop next to a project's name, it's always going to come back with, tweets that always might not be from the original project, right? So sometimes these can be scams. So what I would always be looking for is just to make sure that this is the same handle as a project that you're looking for. All right. Because the last thing you want to do is click something that leads to a scam and then now you're getting your crypto taken. All right. Kim, it has been a long time. It's probably been about a week, maybe a week and a half since last time I went live. Feels like it's been sooner than that though. So here you've got someone who's asking, hey, will the people who basically stake, are they going to get an airdrop? And I will kind of click on this thread to see if they've got an answer from the project. No answer from the project, so we're just going to kind of keep it moving, right? And the reason why you don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this process right here is because right now it's January, it's Q1, it's 2024. There's going to be a lot of projects that have been talking about doing an airdrop who are going to be getting ready to take the snapshot and releasing the airdrop here over the next quarter. So again, your job is to really try to find as many of these as possible to put yourself in contention for rewards or airdrops before these things go live. All right. So let's go back over here to ICO drops. Let's go back. And we're just going to keep the search going. You got some lending here. And some of these lending protocols, they might actually, this is the decentralized exchange. Some of these might actually have coins that go along with them. I'm just going to open that one up in a separate browser. We're trying to find coins that can enable an ecosystem to be built on top of them, because if we can get to them early, those coins or those projects that can have an ecosystem built upon them, ultimately what you might see is the projects that get built on them, they might offer airdrops. So I'm just kind of showing you the thought process behind how a lot of this works. So these guys, Arc Digital, they haven't had a token sale just yet. Okay, this is an interesting one, right? Aluvalo, I don't know how you pronounce that. Alvio, I'll let you guys figure that out. They have received 18 million in funding. So here's what I'm going to do. Once I figure, hey, I see one here that it's gotten a sizable amount of investing. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up their Twitter. I'm going to open that in a separate page. Then what else I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to one of my favorite websites, Crunchbase. Now, I like Crunchbase. I have found many projects early by using Crunchbase, right? And what do you look at that? I type them in, and I'm going to see here if they have a profile on Crunchbase. And I'm hoping that they do. Where's the one I was just looking at? Okay, I think that's them. That logo seems to match. We're going to click on them. And this is going to give me the total profile of the company. It's going to tell me they've got $18,200,000 in funding. If I come over here, yep, $18,200,000 in funding. I'm going to go back over here to Crunchbase. I'm going to click on investors because I want to see who's invested in it. 18 million, that's getting up there. That's a pretty sizable amount. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some big fish on here. So I'm going to go to view all. And a lot of these are Series A, which is cool. So Series A tells me they made it out of the seed round, which all you're doing in seed round is looking for proof of concept. And would you look at that, we got two big fish. We got Kraken and we got Coinbase Ventures. Coinbase Ventures, these guys really don't fucking miss. I'm just being honest with you. So the vast majority of what Coinbase Ventures is invested in, I'm also looking to make an allocation into. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Finbushy Capital. And I'll tell you what, sometimes what I also like to do is I like to open up the profiles of the other crypto VC firms. You guys have made 160 investments. Let me go ahead and click on that. And I want to come over here and see how many investments have y'all made. Oh, 2024, y'all already got some going. Q4 2023. Okay. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to see who were some of your more recent investments. Kakarot Labs. Okay, so this is a virtual machine. Let's go over to there. Let's see how much money that they've got. Now, why am I worried about these guys? I'm not really trying to go too far down the rabbit hole. Some of these you can, right? Like, December 2022, it might still be early, but I really wouldn't start going back into like Q1 2022, right? Because then that's like a whole 2 years ago. And the project has already made, significant strides. The employee count, I'm not really too terribly worried about. And I'll tell you why, because this could just be how many employees. What are we looking at? This could just be how many employees. Oh, this is number of lead investors. So this is how many VC firms actually led the investments. If I go back, they've gone through 2 rounds and 2 lead investors. So this was seed round, right? Hey, I've got an idea. Let me get in front of venture capitalists. And let me ask for like 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. Some seed rounds go up to like 100, 150, maybe $250,000. And I'm going to use this to do my proof of concept. And once I do proof of concept and I show the project has a little bit of interest, we're going to move on to the A round. This is what your Series A is. Series A is cool. We got proof of concept. Let's put a little bit more money behind the project. Maybe now we can actually start to gauge market reaction. Then B, then C. By the time you get to C or D, you should actually be ready to go out to market. Yeah, so this one here is actually upcoming. Actually, let me get rid of that one. This is upcoming. Their token sale is soon, right? So this is a project that's not available right now. What I would do, I thought I already did it, but I guess not. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on their Twitter. It's going to bring me to their Twitter. I'm going to throw them a follow, right? Because I want to stay close to what they got going on. Okay, they're hiring. And I'm just going to comb through their Twitter. I want to see everything that they got going on. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? What are y'all talking about? If there's a chance to get an airdrop, I want to find it. I want to put myself in contention to do an airdrop. I want to make sure that the token is utility. Short review here, the role of the token, it is utility. Right? Because some of these projects you might find, and it might be like, yeah, we're working on a Web3 wallet. Okay, well, you can't really invest into a Web3 wallet. Okay? Squiddo 100%. I'm gonna call it Twitter. His mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. I'm still gonna call it Twitter. Like, cause even look, when you go to the URL, it's still Twitter. You know. So you've got one here. You think it looks good. I'm gonna run it through Crunchbase. I'm gonna see who's invested in them. I want to take a look at how much money they've received. Then if I want to go down a rabbit hole, I'm gonna see, I'm going to pick an investment firm that's made an investment in that crypto. This one is Finbushy Capital. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to see how many projects you guys have invested in, right? And then I'm just going to, okay, so this one came summer of last year. Summer of last year. So still relatively early, right? And I'm just going to hover over it. It's going to give me a brief synopsis of what the company is. Build scaling solutions using zero knowledge proof. This is, okay. This is something that I think we need to be paying attention to. I have been using this method probably for a little while now. And the number one trend that I'm seeing is zero knowledge proofs are getting a lot of money from VCs. So what that's telling me, and I'm telling you right now, no. So what this is telling me is we probably need to be paying attention to projects that are zero proof knowledge. Which brings me to my next point. Starknet, ZK Rollup. Starknet is probably going to be a project that's going to have a very hot airdrop in 2024. Starknet is also utilizing zero knowledge proofs. This might be a narrative that has yet to actually be propagated and talked about amongst content creators. So if I'm putting together a short list, if I'm you, right? I'm you. And I'm putting together a short list, I'm going to put projects that are zero knowledge proof. And I'm going to research them because right now, a lot of these guys are getting... So zero knowledge proof is like privacy. Their privacy. What is Connex? Connex, this is another one that I've seen on a few different venture capital firms that are putting money into Connex, right? ZK.me, if I had to guess, zero knowledge. Look at that. Zero knowledge identity Oracle provider. We should probably be paying attention. If it's ZK, if it's zero knowledge, we need to be paying attention to that. I've showed you two on one list in less than 30 seconds that are zero proof. VC firms are moving into zero proof. They are putting money into these things. What is this? Aztec develops on the Ethereum trading protocol that enables private transactions across the public blockchain. Privacy. There's money moving into the privacy sector. Money is moving into the privacy sector. Block native. And again, all you got to do is hover over and it'll tell you a brief synopsis on the project. Okay. So the question then becomes, well, why is Crypto Glenn showing us this? Why are you doing this? I could absolutely be the content creator that sits on this, maybe even not gatekeep, right? I sit on it and I drop it to you, right? I provide it to you in little drops. And I use that style to kind of build my clout. Damn, Crypto Glenn, he always seems to have the inside scoop on all these projects, right? Because I want to see y'all win, exactly. But if I'm the other kind of guy where I give it to you in drops, and that's what I get known for, and you depend on me to give you depend on me to spoon feed you, and that might work for a little while. Then what happens if I get hit by a fucking bus? There goes your plug right there. There goes your plug. Versus if I actually show you how to do this, right? Okay, maybe a bus was a little graphic. Maybe I'm walking outside to get the mail and I get hit by a meteor. Poof, just instant incineration, spontaneously combusted, right? There goes your plug. But if I show you how to move through this, and if I show you how to actually find this stuff, you don't need to depend on me to be the one to spoon feed you the information. Then, because you know how to do this, when we get together and have these conversations, now our level of conversation gets to change. You're going to find stuff I haven't seen. I'm going to see stuff you haven't seen. We get to come together, break bread, share knowledge, break down information, share it together. Oh, damn, Inktown found this one. Oh, Crypto Chick, she found that one. Glenn, yeah, I saw that one that you were talking about, and on and on and on and on and on. Don't y'all get tired of getting the information after the cryptos have already run? Don't y'all think like there's so many other people out there like that's the play that they run? I'm going to keep all this to myself. I'm going to make the allocation, and then after I've made my allocation, I'm going to give it to the community. They're front running you. And it's like no shade, like do you, but at the end of the day, listen, there's so many people out here that run under the guise of wanting to see you win, but the actions that they engage themselves in are to your detriment. I've always said this, you get 10 creators in a room together, influencers, personalities. Thank you, Claire. I appreciate you. You get 10 of us together in a room. 2 of us legitimately want to see you win. These are projects you can't even invest into yet. But I've shown you where to get them. I've shown you how to move through the material. And if I am telling you about a project that you can buy, I'm not even telling you to buy it. I'm like, hey, look into this. Take a listen to this. See if this makes sense for you. Do your research on it. See if it makes sense for you to invest in it. And if you arrive at the same conclusion that I did, after using my information as maybe a foundation for your own research, you're probably going to buy into it. I want y'all to be there with me on these islands after the bull run is concluded and we get to swap war stories, what it was like coming up through the trenches, or what you had to go through, or remember what Ledger was going through, what it was going through. Man, you remember how everybody was making a big fuss and a big stink out of this and a big fuss and a big stink out of that. Remember how everybody was trying to fudge you out of the markets, but you found like a solid group of people who you could rely on to give you unbiased, legitimate, objective information. And look where it got you. Do I have a Discord? I do have a Discord. That Discord is going to be, I'm setting it up right now. It should be done in like the next 2 days or so. You will have to verify because I want to make sure like we can't get a bot it and all that jazz. If you've never been in the Discord that's botted, it's annoying. It's annoying. If enough people want a Telegram, we could talk about doing a Telegram. You know? Is that Sage? What up, Sage? Is that Sage? That's not Sage. What is that? Oh, that is Sage. This man changes his profile picture more than I change my draws. ETF approved or denied. Talk to me, Zaddy. Listen. I don't think it would be that easy for everybody to be in Bitcoin and be in crypto for as long as we have, and then be like, yeah, January 10th, man, y'all gonna get this ETF. This is the same group of people that every single turn have done anything they can do to thwart you from being able to get any kind of upward traction possible. Think about it. This is the SEC, right? Just follow me on this. This is the SEC. Robinhood Citadel. We know you all are engaged in very shady activity. Robinhood, we know that you have prevented your trades from going through, thus preventing them from being able to make money on a stock that was highly over shorted. We're going to take you to trial. You've been found guilty, but none of the money that comes from that trial is going to go to make any of the investors who were wronged whole. So now, exactly, by the company that fills their orders, we know you were turning around and selling that information to Citadel. So I'm the SEC, and I take Robinhood and Citadel, and I take them to court. And they've been found guilty for doing wrongdoing. And none of the money that is leveraged from that trial, none of the fines that have been levied, go to make any of the investors whole. So now I'm still the SEC. I'm still top financial watchdog. I'm the SEC. You follow me? I'm the SEC. Yeah, we know you guys want this ETF, and we know some of you have been in this space since 2017. Some of you just got here. Some of y'all been in it for the long haul, since 2011. Hey, we got all this talk going around about a ETF, and we want to let you know that while we've been boondoggling and denying and dragging our feet on this for the better half of, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years, January 10th is going to be the day where we make the final decision. Do you really think that they would tell you, yeah, it's going to be January 10th? The market runs up on the anticipation, by the rumor, sell the news, of there potentially being an ETF that gets approved. A lot of them. Because like there's been 12 or 15 companies that have filed. Yeah, ETF is coming. January 10th is we got to make our decision. These people have been so rotten, so evil at every single turn. I refuse to believe that they would just go ahead and give you, like they're going to show you their cards. Yeah, January 10th, we're going to approve it. Personally, I don't think it'll be that easy. I think it'll probably happen middle of the night. No one's paying attention on the day that no one really knows about. And I personally think that they would deny it. Just me, and I could be wrong about this. I could. So don't make your investing decisions based off what I'm saying here. I think that they could deny it. The market could retrace significantly. People would get so mad they come on this app when they're crypto TikTokers and influencers and personalities, when they're Gary Gensler, the SEC, and when they're upset and their eyebrows are frilling up, and then in the middle of the night, sometime following shortly after, that's when they pass it, I could see that happening. But I don't think they would be like, hey, guys, it's coming January 10th, so get your spots ready. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happen. I've always said this. I would wait. I'm waiting. Not really waiting, but I'm looking for the day when a lot of FinTok, TikTokers, influencers are so upset that they're borderline like emotional, right? You know, Mike, you know the eyebrows when they're doing them shits right here? Yeah. When they're doing that right there, and then they'll be like, pass it. When everybody is so enraged and just so emotional, pass it. We have a pullback right now. I woke up and Bitcoin was down 5%. If Bitcoin was down 5%, you can almost guarantee that means there were significant, altcoins that were down at least double digits. And Crypto Glenn went buying. Yeah, because my time horizon on a lot of this stuff is not in the next 5 minutes. I got into LCX, a day or two ago. It was like 11 cents. It ran up to like 15 cents yesterday. I said, yeah, I'll take that. Give me it. I want to realize those gains. I'll pay taxes on them. I don't care. And then, well, guess what? We woke up today and it's down to like 13 or whatever cents. We're going to take the proceeds that we got from yesterday's sale and we're going to buy back in. Yep, that's right. We're going to buy back in. You need emotions to learn. Just having to train your emotions. Can we talk about that for a minute, right? On one of my most recent videos, I literally said this. I said, if you have not become accustomed to selling your bags, you are going to be you're going to have a hard time selling when the bull market officially starts. And you're looking at these numbers on your phone and you're like, I can't really sell. You have got my best advice. Take a very small amount. I understand that is relative. Get into a meme coin you don't care about. And when that meme coin starts to go up, you need to practice on selling. You need to exercise that muscle. Sell. Oh, green, sell. I'm up. Oh, sell. Because if you're not practicing that sell muscle now, when you start looking at some of your big holdings, your Ethereums, your Bitcoins, if you want to sell your Bitcoin, your XRP, if that's your bag, your ICP, your Cardano, when this stuff starts to run, you're going to look at it like, oh, yeah, it could still go up. I've been here twice. A lot of my friends, a lot of my folks that have been on here for a long time, they've seen this. When that money starts to come in, all logic goes out the window. You will craft your plan right now. And then when you start to see you've got a coin that's up 40% a day, you will be like, I'm going to hold it. And then it goes down. You need to start exercising that that muscle right now. Right now. Property lawyers in the building. What's going on, family? Always good to see you. I hope your New Year's and your Christmas was absolutely fantastic. Rome says big facts. Can you do a quick walkthrough of ISO drops and Crunchbase again, please? For sure. So let me recap this, right? Because I know we've got some people in here that just walked in, and I want you all to have this. And at any time, if you miss this, it's going to be on my YouTube at Crypto Glenn. It's going to be from the perspective on my screen, so you won't see me. You'll hear my voice, which you'll just see my screen. All right. So first things first, let me go over here to ICO drops. All right, so you come over here to ICO drops. Let me take this off the stand. You come over here to ICO drops. Let me show you what the website looks like. This is ICO drops. And the way ICO drops works, actually, let me go back to the homepage. Glenn, mine doesn't look like yours. You're right, it doesn't. Here we go. Bam, that's what it's gonna look like right there. I'm going sideways. I know y'all hate that. You're going to come here to ICO drops. You're going to look at the upcoming ICOs. What's up, Rican? What's up, Crypto Granny? How y'all feeling tonight? All right. My guy V Nizzle, the Rich Nizzle is in the building. What's going on, Papa? Scroll down on ICOs. What I'm looking for, click upcoming ICOs. Get it together, Glenn. What I'm looking for is I want to try to find things that projects can be built on. The majority of times, not always, but the majority of times, these are listed under blockchain or blockchain services, Okay, sometimes they can have a different listing, but for sure I've seen it under blockchain service. When you come over here, you're going to take a look at their goals. Now, sometimes, all right, let's just click on this one, Digiverse. This one starts on January 9th, okay? They're only trying to raise 1.3 million of $1.4 million. Personally, I like looking at projects. I'm going to go back. I like looking at projects that are in the realm of $7 to $10 million. And sometimes you might not see it just looking here. So you're actually going to have to go through and comb through some of these. Sometimes you will though, right? Like let's see, 6.5, that's a pretty hefty goal. This one starts January, okay. I'm just going to click on one, right? Let's say we're going down here. Which one that we found earlier? Does anyone remember? Here we go, right? So I'm going to see this one. Okay, blockchain service. Yeah, I feel good about that one. I'm going to click on it. Whoa, these guys, they raised $18.2 million, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this bad boy right here. Like I'm giving y'all the sauce right now. Like don't ever say Crypto Glenn and never do nothing nice for you. I'm giving you the sauce right here. I'm going to copy this. I've got an account over at Crunchbase. I'm going to paste it, right? You see me? I just pasted it right there. You know what? Let me do this right from the get. Let me do this right from the dribble. Hold on. There we go. Y'all see that? There we go. Right? And it's going to bring me this organization. Now, sometimes the names might not exactly match. It might be like company. You might see just a company on ICO drops, but then they're registered as that company, but with labs. So you might have to do a little detective work. Sometimes the fastest way to do it is just to make sure that the actual logo on the picture matches. See that one? See that one? It matches. I'm going to click on that. Yep, 18.2 million. That matches. Oh, you guys got 14 investors? All right, cool. What seed are you guys in? What round are you in? Oh, A? Cool. That's beyond proof of concept. That's interest, right? Who invested in you? Do I recognize any of these names? Let me go to view all. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to scroll down. Oh, Kraken, Coinbase Ventures. Okay, cool. I know these guys don't miss. Who are some of these other guys, right? You know what? Let's just BH Digital. Let me go back real fast here. And all this is going to have is just, hey, these are all the companies, right? These are all the VC firms that got in Series A. Seed is cool. A is good. B and C are like fantastic. B and C that says, hey, you guys are almost ready to come to market. And sometimes B will do it, but A, you rarely see it. So who did I just click on? BH Digital. Yep, BH Digital. Boom, cool. Let me come over to BH Digital. Oh, BH Digital, you guys have made 24 investments. I want to learn more about those investments. Let me come over here. I'm going to click on their investments. Hold on, let me clean this lens off. Cool. Let me come over here. I'm going to scroll down. Oh, Shrapnel. We know all about Shrapnel. Shrapnel is a first-person shooter on AVAX. This is the actual game on AVAX. I'm telling people about AVAX since 2022. Who was listening? All right. And these are some of the more recent investments that they've done. And if it were me, this is the way that I would play it. I would want to see who are some of your more recent investments that you've put money into. Because I could go all the way down here. Yeah, sure. But there's a good chance the vast majority of these have already come to market, or, you know, they may have already ran like 2022. Like, gosh, that's, come on. See you around, Jambu. Web3 app that educates banks and entertainers in the content of Congo Town, Cape Town. Okay, so that's not one we can get into. I'm trying to find an example we can find here. Coinmetrics. You guys know about Coinmetrics. Coinmetrics is a website some of y'all use, right? So again, you don't want to go too far down the list because some of these have already had their time in the sun. I like to stick, if it's 2024 now, I wouldn't go any farther than like Q3 or Q4 of last year. Because I've always said the projects that run the hardest in the bull run are projects you haven't even heard of. Like you don't even, there's a good chance there's a project that's getting ready to run that's going to outperform vastly the majority of everything that we've seen, and we don't even know the name of it yet. This is how you find those. Is it going to require a little bit of legwork? 100%. So once you find a crypto, right? If we're talking about airdrops, once you find a crypto or once you find a project that you like, you think it's got a good traction, it's got legs, take it over to Twitter. Try to find their official Twitter profile. Once you found the official profile, you can take the crypto's name, you can put it in search, and you can put airdrop next to it. Some of them are going to have airdrops, some of them are not. Again, you're going to have to do a little bit of legwork, right? One that we found is Drift. Let me see if I can do this. There we go. So we're pulling up Drift right now. Gotta do something real quick here. Hang on, y'all. Gotta log in. No peeking. Oh, I'm already in. Haha. All right, what do I need? Actually, nope, I messed up. That one needs to be... Did I do that right? This one needs to be in... There we go. All right. So this is Drift Protocol, right? And if you guys are paying attention to my screen on YouTube, you can see it. I'll show you this here on TikTok. Let me just spin this around. So this is Drift Protocol, right? If I come back over here, where's my Crunchbase at? This is it right here. Drift Protocol. There it is. Would you look at that? Drift Protocol. For investors, let's go ahead and click them. This is exactly how I found Drift. Exactly. This is proof of concept. This process, everything I've shown you is proof of concept right here. So we had all these companies, these 4 companies that invested into Drift, and they got in at the seed round. Now on this is a little bit of a rarity. On this one, you actually had a company that was in their seed round actually go live. Why am I showing you Drift? Because Drift going sideways. I know y'all hate that. Drift is a decentralized exchange, and right now they've got an airdrop that's coming out in a way. So you can either do swaps, you can do trades to qualify for the airdrop. And right now we're in airdrop season, and airdrop season is free money. So what I'm doing on Drift right now is I'm just doing transactions. I'm not trading on Drift. I'm trying to rack up trading volume on Drift. So I'll buy at a little bit of a premium, and I'll sell at a little bit of a discount because I don't want to have to sit there and wait for the trade to get executed. So I'm just buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. By the time I'm finished with this, I'll probably have close to $300,000 of transactional volume that's been ran through this. Why? Because that is how you qualify for the airdrop. Different projects will have different requirements on how to actually get the airdrops. And Drift, I know this is one way because they told us on Twitter. Let's see if we can find their Twitter here. I know I have it, but there it is. Let's do this. Gotta do airdrop. Let's do airdrop. Let's see. So when I do airdrop, I'm actually trying to find it directly from the actual project. And because I found this like a week and a half ago, it's probably going to be buried, but I do remember seeing that they were going to be doing an airdrop. And right now there's a whole bunch of people who are talking about, the airdrop here. I'll show you. This helps the argument, but ideally I'd want to try to find it directly from the project, right? So these are all these people that are talking about it. I probably won't go with that one. That one seems a bit scammy. And your eye will have to probably won't go with that one. That one seems a bit scammy. And you're going to have to go through this, right? You're going to have to season your eyes to be able to tell what's legitimate, from what's from a scam. That's why I said try to find it directly from the crypto project. I might just have to comb the actual project and see if I can find it. That's one that we were looking at. We'll come back to that one. So there are perpetual DEX, decentralized exchange on Solana. Come on, what do they talk about the airdrop? Oh, I know what I can do. Haha. I don't know what I think it is. Take the @ put it in here. Let me go home. Actually, no, let me go to search. Drift protocol. Airdrop or rewards. There we go. What is this? It's not available on airdrop, on Judo, on Drift. I probably should have planned that one out a little bit better. But I promise you, if you go through this, you're gonna be able to find one. All right. So one that I was just doing this whole entire process for yesterday that I just found out. Uh-oh, hang on. All right, I'm back. One that I was doing this for yesterday that I just found out was, what's it called? Perennial. And Perennial is another decentralized perpetual DEX. This one, they actually are offering pretty hefty rewards for Arbitrum, but it's only for the next 2 weeks. So this part of the live is very, oh man, we talked about Loopring like in 2022. Was it Loopring? I think I talked about Loopring on my YouTube. Yeah, so this one for Perennial is going to be time sensitive. So you can either trade on Perennial and you can earn rewards, or you can provide liquidity and you can earn rewards. And I think the total pot that they're allowing for is $250,000. So for the next 2 weeks, whoever trades on Perennial or whoever provides LP to Perennial, they're going to get a portion of that $250,000. Arbitrum is oh my gosh, Arbitrum is fantastic. I don't know if I have enough good things to say about Arbitrum, really. Crypto for Change was posting about it on Twitter, and he was just going on and on and on and on and on about it. I just kept seeing it. I'm like, you know what, let me just go ahead and check this out. Checked him out, and I'd say within 10, 15 minutes of just doing some preliminary research, I was like, okay, yeah, I need to get some of this. And actually ended up buying it at the local bottom. So I'm really happy about that. And today I think it like cracked $2. While everything else was going down, Arbitrum was going up. And I'm willing to bet a part of that is because what they have going on here, where you can get some significant rewards on Perennial. Super Oracles, 100%. We talked about Super Oracles. That's another one. If you like Chainlink, Super Oracles, I think, is going to be a big disruptor in the space. They want to attack GameFi. They want to attack DeFi. And I think they have a lot of the engineers and technology in place to do it. I really do. So if you miss Super Oracles, I would highly advise you to go to superoracles.com. You have to KYC, right? Coinbase and Fidelity covered it in the reports. Cover what? What did I miss? Oh, look up Rect. It's got airdrop now, ICO last week. Let me actually screenshot that. Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely take a look at that. RETIK. Rect Finance. Yeah, I'll put that on my short read list. Thank you, Money Talks. Thank you. So Super Oracles actually have their airdrop coming out later this year, probably Q2 of this year. So go to the website. You need to KYC. After you KYC, they're going to have little missions that you have to do, right? And as you do those missions, you're going to earn stars. Stars will help you rank up. As you rank up, you're going to be able to acquire crates. Crates also help you get more stars to help you rank up. Once you finish going through everything, I think you'll be, what do you qualify for? It's like 400 or 500 super tokens. I have 1,000 super, get super to $5. All right, let me go through y'all questions here. Thoughts on Quant? I like Quant. I do. I like Quant. I'm going live right now. I'll get y'all up here in tonight's live. So if you want to go live, you want to jump up in a box, come back in tonight's live and we'll do that. The ETF going live soon. Oh, sure. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. King Pluto, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Crypto already dipped. Yeah, it's already dipped. Bitcoin was down 5% today. Why the falls today? I'll show you why. So Cointelegraph came out with a report. Cointelegraph, they reported on a report about Gensler not approving the ETF. But this report was from Matrixport. Was that it? Matrixport. Yeah, it was from Matrixport. So if you woke up this morning to Cointelegraph, and I know this actually, the market started dipping before this, but there was a report that was put out by Matrixport that basically painted it as if the SEC is not going to approve the ETF. And I think a lot of people kind of just said, wait a minute. If they're not going to approve the ETF, let me get out of here while I can still get out ahead. And they may not. We don't know. We got to wait until the 10th. They may not approve it. What's the average amount you need to do this? To do what? For the swaps and the trading on Drift, you can go in with $100 and you could just swap back and forth between like any pair that they have and just swap. You're trying to rank up volume, trading volume. If you want to trade, just understand that you're going to buy at a little bit of a premium and you're going to sell at a little bit of a discount. But again, you're doing so because you're trying to establish volume. So me personally, I'm not really worried about what it costs me. I'm doing this anticipation of the airdrop being worth significantly more than the small premium or the small discount I'm buying and selling at. But for a lot of these, they just want you to, and take a look at that video that I posted on my profile where we go over some of the airdrops that are available now. It's actually on my profile here on TikTok and a video on YouTube. So if you really want the elongated information, go to YouTube because it's going to be stretched out a little bit for you. But a lot of these protocols, these projects, they're utilizing people who want to interact with the network early to find out where the flaws are, if there are any, stress test the network to see what the network can handle, what it can't, so that by the time testnet comes out, they already have the majority of these kinks already worked out. And I appreciate y'all for one of those likes up to 12.5K. Thank you. So the incentive for interacting on these programs, these DEXs, these protocols, these projects is you actually qualify for the airdrop. The best one, if your budget's a little tight, is to go for projects that have a testnet airdrop. What this is people who interact with the protocol, the project on testnet, you qualify for an airdrop. It's free. You don't have to actually enact with any money. You do need to acquire test tokens, which normally come from a faucet, in order to interact with that project, but they normally have a how-to on their profile. Next up would be like your DEXs, your perpetual DEXs. They allow you to qualify for the airdrop by having volume established on their profile or on their project, while at the same time providing liquidity, while at the same time doing swaps. There's another one, Black Panther. This one is on Solana as well. You essentially have to choose. Matter of fact, let me just show y'all, right? I'm like, shit, we're already going over it. Oh, where is that at? Solana. Validator nodes. That's not what I want. What is it? I'm drawing a blank right now, y'all. I would do a static video on it. But when I drop the video, you need to act on it because it's going to be time sensitive. Some of these are already ready to roll out like right now. Some of them are already getting ready to do their airdrops right now. Just going through y'all comments here. Super Oracles, yeah, we talked about that. What do I think about ICP? I'm impressed with it, the way that it's running. I'd like to dig in a little bit farther and see what exactly is the cause for the run. I have a suspicion. I think it's a project on ICP that's doing the airdrop. Yeah. In a nutshell, Internet Computer. When was this created? 4 minutes ago? Yep. The dynamic world of cryptocurrency opportunities abound for those who are willing to dive into seize them. If you're looking for a way to expand your digital assets without emptying your wallet, Internet Computer Protocol, ICP Drop is your answer. This comprehensive guide will take you on a journey. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Access Computer airdrop page. Yeah, so ICP has an airdrop that's coming out, which is probably one of the reasons why it's running. So a lot of times when you want to do the airdrop, you actually need the housing token, or like the protocol token, in order to interact with some of the smaller dApps within this ecosystem. So if ICP was running over the last 2 weeks and people didn't know why, looking at it now, okay, cool, they've got a few airdrops that are coming up now, which makes sense. So a lot of times, SEI, they're the same situation. SEI started running, I think they pumped like some 70 to 120% a day, and everybody's like, oh my God, what's happening? They're not buying the token because they're like, yo, this is one that I want to hold for a long term. Not everybody. A lot of people are buying the token because there's an airdrop that is happening within that ecosystem that you need the protocol token or the utility token to be able to interact with. Does that make sense? So when you start to see a lot of these projects just start running out of nowhere, that's why they're running, because there's airdrops. And right now, airdrops are being used as the chosen way of marketing for a lot of these projects. What's going on, Lynn? How you feeling today? Thoughts on the BTC approval? Yeah, again, I think once the 10th comes, I don't think it would be that easy for the SEC to let everybody know what's coming down the pipeline. I mean, I hold Bitcoin. I'm in Bitcoin trades as we speak, so I'm going to play it whichever way it breaks. My intuition tells me that it's probably going to not be approved. What's going on, Bitcoin Free the World, Free to People? How you doing? I see you in a minute. What do I think about it? Michigo? I haven't heard about that one. What's going on, man? Live what time tonight? 9:30 or 10 Eastern Standard Time. I want to definitely be able to spend some time with the family today. Hey, we got another Glenn in the building. Glenn, hi from the UK. What do you make of the dip today? So the dip, and maybe I'm just getting to your comment here late, was probably due to many publications posting an article that was from Matrixport saying that the SEC was not going to approve the ETF. It was almost written as a matter of fact, but it was actually an opinion piece. See, we'll be here when you get back, man. Appreciate those follows, thank y'all so much. I am in LCX, yes, I'm in LCX. And I'm looking to moonbag LCX as soon as possible, so I don't know if I'll long-term hold LCX. Am I minting grass? I'm not mining grass. There's just, and I know some people, it's not a big deal. When you're in crypto, you got to pick and choose like what you want to be a part of. There's no way you're going to catch them all. It's not Pokemon. You're not going to catch all 150 of them, right, or whatever the case is. Casper, same situation. Casper started running because there's airdrops happening on their ecosystem, okay? So my deal with grass was I didn't like the fact that you need me to install a browser plugin that's going to allow you to section off my available bandwidth. Like just the whole how-to of all of that, I didn't understand it. And I have the philosophy, if it's something that I don't understand within like 5 seconds, 5 minutes, I'm probably not going to invest in it. Truth be told, it kind of sounded a little sketch to me. Now, I'm not saying this to further the project. We could all wake up tomorrow and grass could be worth $100 per grass. And shout out to everybody who is mining grass, right? They would be very, very wealthy. I know people who have millions. But the fact of the matter is, I know when I looked at it yesterday, the mining ability, right? The miner for grass was down. Plus, it's like, you want me to install a plugin? Like, I haven't gone through the technicality of it. I've heard people who have gone through the technicals of it. They say something a little fishy about that. In certain regards, I diverge to them, but I'm okay with missing on grass. Let's just say that. I'm okay with missing on grass. The market is dumping again, like right now. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If y'all looking for Crypto Glenn to be salty about the markets tanking, you're probably not gonna find it. Cause I'm a trader. I'm a trader, right? I'm gonna play it no matter which way it goes. But more importantly, and I said this on one of my last recent videos, if you feel maybe you just got to crypto, right? Maybe you just got here. And maybe you got here in 2022, 2023, and maybe you were still kind of testing the waters out, getting your feelers in, and maybe you don't feel like you had the opportunity to buy and to accumulate as much as possible. When the market dips, you get the opportunity to do that. So for everybody that feels maybe they didn't get the opportunity to accumulate some of their favorite projects at great prices, like you're gonna get an opportunity now. Like Tezos down 8.5%, XYO down 4.5%. I'm definitely going deeper on that one. Zilliqa, if you like Zilliqa, Zilliqa's down 11%. Stacks is down 0.5%. Hey, Stacks is holding up pretty good. Injective, y'all remember how crazy Injective Protocol was going, last week? Injective Protocol right now, look at this. Injective Protocol right now is down 10%. Immutable X down 9%. C is actually up 14%, right? Happy about that one. Again, this one is pumping because the airdrops. Arbitrum's up 10%. Why? Because a lot of the ecosystems that are utilizing Arbitrum for their gas fees or for airdrops. Why are these coins pumping when everything else is falling off a cliff? XRP down 8%, down to 57%. RIP to the XRP holders. XLM is down 7%. Let me tell y'all something about XLM real quick, right? While we're talking about this, and this is why you really got to tune into these lives. So shout out to all 141 of y'all that are here, because I did not have this on my agenda to talk about today. There are rumors that are going around that XLM is going to be getting smart contracts. Let me explain to y'all what's about to happen if this is true. And you need to research this. I'm not saying what I'm about to say. I appreciate those gifts, y'all. Thank you so much. I'm not saying what I'm about to say to y'all because I'm like, yeah, go out and buy it. If XLM legitimately gets smart contracts, it's going to blow the F up. Why am I saying that? I have just shown you projects, right, that have access to utilize smart contracts, DeFi, things of that nature, that have the ability to have projects built on top of them. And in the midst of the entire market falling off, they're flourishing. If XLM gets this same capability, you're going to see the same thing that's happening on other protocols happen with XLM. And it's going to go off like a powder keg. How do I feel about Sia Coin? Sia Coin is like an OG coin, man. You had to be here like prior to 2018 in order to know about Sia Coin. Had really hard, really high aspirations for Sia Coin, but they just never materialized. And I hate it because I thought Sia Coin had a really neat use case. You're going to take some of my available hard drive and allow people to store bits and pieces of files on it. I thought that was super cool. Super, super cool. Thoughts on DeSci? I think DeSci, 2 weeks ago, DeSci, it was running. I think now at DeSci's life, is probably the time, if you've got projects you are passionate about, if projects you really, really like, because the majority of DeSci is on a little bit of a decline right now, now is probably the time where you buy into those. Thoughts on Jasmine? I don't really have any thoughts on Jasmine. I know people say it's like the Bitcoin of Japan, but like Bitcoin's the Bitcoin of Japan. You know what I mean? Yeah, I had huge aspirations for Sia Coin. We love the dip. Am I bullish on ICP? This is gonna sound bad. I know it's pumping right now. I know it's running right now. I would like ICP. I would be bullish on ICP once the vast majority of the VC money that needs to get out gets out, because once this airdrop season is over, I think ICP is going to still go back to having a lot of sell side pressure, as many of these coins will, a lot of sell side pressure that's placed upon them because they still have a lot of early investors that are still looking to get money out. Okay, now that ICP is running, everybody that has the ability to take tokens that they got from VC sales, like this is going to be a huge payday for them. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a significant retrace that happened with ICP. I mean, I love it for everybody that got in early. Like, hey, please take profits because you're definitely in range to do so. I just think when I look at the prospects of ICP, do I think it's like going to dethrone Ethereum? Probably not, right? This goes back to, I've always said this, back when Ethereum was king and it still is king, smart contracts and all that jazz. People were saying, oh, well, Solana's going to dethrone Ethereum or Cardano's going to dethrone Ethereum. And the thing that I always try to get a point across to people is to say, listen, these other smart contract platforms, while they might be cheaper than Ethereum, they're still going to have problems that are unique to themselves. Solana, they had issues with the RCP. It broke 9 times last year. Cardano, you got a founder that can't stay focused on Cardano. He wants to open up a restaurant, then he wants to take people out into the water and do deep sea exploration. Like, you see what I'm saying? So although Ethereum is expensive, and I know there's a lot of people that gun for Ethereum, it's got network effect, it's been battle tested, it's been around longest, and if the gas fee is the issue that you have a problem with, once the sharding update comes out, allegedly that's supposed to eliminate the gas fee issues. But again, these other, ICP, if they want to play in that arena, ICP is going to have problems that are going to be unique to themselves. We just haven't seen it yet. Do I think it'll be anything that will stop them long term? I mean, obviously, you would hope not, but it's not just going to be smooth sailing for ICP. But I know why people will want to buy ICP if they felt like they missed Ethereum. Like, for sure, they're going to buy ICP. It makes sense. Thoughts about Index? I'm not familiar with Index, Joel. What can you tell me about it? What are my thoughts on XRP? Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I think if you're holding XRP, you're holding a nothing burger. I do. The lawsuit has, you've been deemed not a security on at least 2 different occasions. If I see one more person on Twitter, and I don't know if they post these posts just to farm engagement. Bank of America, partnership with XRP, da-da-da-da-da. It's like, what's the holdup? Why are you not running? The rest of the market is doing backflips and jumping jacks and sprinting, and XRP is just like, it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. I think under the right circumstances, you might get like a $5, maybe a $6 XRP, but I think that's pretty much where that buck stops. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Thoughts about Pi? I know they're doing a whole lot of like mobile phone mining, minting, all that jazz. I'm always leery about projects like that. I think we had a project, I can't remember the name of it, but they were like, hey, install our app, you'll be mining cryptocurrency, and look at all these transactions we have. And the only thing it was actually doing was it was running some weather app or weather website script in the background that made it look that's where a lot of the transactions were coming from, but it was actually really, really nothing. It was really, really nothing. Thoughts on Yearn? I mean, Yearn, I feel like Yearn always shows up as like a major player and it always comes out of left field. Like no one pays attention to Yearn when it's like 5,000, but when it goes to like 68, 100,000, everybody's like, oh my God, Yearn. So if you like Yearn, if you're thinking that it's going to do that again, you might want to buy it. Thoughts on Tia? Pastor Jesse, I'm happy you asked about this, right? I think what we're seeing, a lot of these coins that are just pumping rampantly, Celestia, Caspa, C, right? All these coins are pumping because they're allowing for people who hold these tokens to be opened up to airdrops. And I think that's the number one reason why you're seeing a lot of these coins start to pump. And it's all like tied back to the Cosmos network, Injective, Cosmos, Celestia, right? The same situation. I really believe it's because airdrop season, which is fine if you know how to play it. My issue is no one ever talks about these airdrops until it's in the 11th hour. So that's why I'm like, if I know about it, cool. Let me go ahead and give this to y'all. And I have seen some projects that are getting ready to allow you to qualify for those airdrops, but you have to be in the Celestia ecosystem. Once I have more information on that, I'm definitely going to be talking about it. Solana is the same situation. Solana was pumping because of the airdrops, Bonk and the Saga and the phone and all that jazz. Now, once all that stuff subsided, Solana started to subside as well. I've been trying to find the market cap when ICP hit all-time high. Cool, I got you. We want to take a look at this together. Excuse me. What did you say it was? ICP? ICP. Ooh, good lord. My lord. All right, so if you go to market cap, right? Actually, let's go back here. The price for ICP is all-time high. Coin market cap has it as like 428. And that was back in June. Let's just do this. May. Is it May or June? Nope, it's May. Call it May 10th, 21, right? So then if we come over here, and if you guys are on my YouTube, you can see all of this. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap. I'm gonna go to all. I'm gonna go back to that same period. What was that? May. Let's say May 2021, May 10th. It's real hard to get this sucker lined up. Here we go. The market cap for ICP was 53.02 billion. That was the market cap. $53. Now if I stretch this out, I come to where we're at today. Where are we at? 4 billion, is that right? Let me check the market cap on this. 6.7. And today it says 6.7, roughly. I hope that helps, Squiddo. What doesn't make sense about it? I'm promoting unregistered securities? Where? Mark, you hear this guy? Glenn's promoting unregistered securities. Where? Where? What's my opinion on Digibyte? I wouldn't waste my time on it. It's just me, though. Willie says, I learned the hard way. I was holding XRP for 6 years. Nothing burger. It happens. It happens. Damn, bro, like you, I've been feeling the same way. I got a big bag, too big, shaking my head. I've been thinking about getting out. Yeah, and listen, Decree, that's really the decision you got to make, right? Like some people would say, like, let me give you my story. I was in XRP. I had over 240,000 XRP, right? It's a lot. And you start to take a look around one day. I'm going to tell you exactly what did it for me. I'm looking around the space one day, and I'm like, man, if I got to see one more bearable guy cartoon posted on Twitter or someone's video on YouTube as if this is like legitimately some inside information, keep in mind, somebody had to animate that. Someone animated that. Then they put it up there. Like, you really think this person's got the inside information? Then when I would take a look around, like these people, they started to sound a lot like the don't tread on me folks, like the anti-government people. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Then I started taking a look around even more, and I'm like, all these other cryptos are moving significantly, and XRP is just staying kind of stagnant. Now, again, as a trader, that's a no-go. I can't have money just tied up in an asset and it's not doing anything. So, you know what? Let me go ahead and sell this position out of XRP. Let me put it in Ethereum. And when you know it, shortly after I did that, Ethereum started its run to like $4,800. This is before Ethereum ran to its all-time high. And it turned out to be one of the best decisions I've ever made. So only you can decide, hey, am I comfortable with this? Maybe I don't want to sell the whole thing. Maybe I want to take a chunk out and put that money to work in other projects. Just hear me out. Just think about it. All that money tied up in XRP, what would that have looked like inside of Celestia? What would that have looked like inside of Caspa? That's crazy when you think about it. Like me as an investor, nah, my money got to be working. It ain't just going to be sitting there chilling, parlayed on the couch, feet up, clicker in hand, going through the channels. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Electroneum, man, I'd leave Electroneum back in like 2017. I was told by Pi they were not going to be mainstream monetized, and they blocked me. Damn. That's crazy. Oh, Index is a DeFi platform? I'll take a look at it. B, I see you. I'll take a look at that one too. Let me jot this down in my notes. Where's my Palm Pilot? Yeah, let me jot these down. What's that? Got it. Got it. Filecoin. Filecoin is another oldie, man. So the best way I could tell you, if you guys have questions about your coins, here's what you can do. Go to the Twitter. Are they tweeting frequently? Are they not tweeting frequently? How much engagement are they getting on the Twitter, on their tweets? Then take a look at their GitHub. What's the repository like? What are the commitments like? What are the pull requests like? If all these numbers are just low and dwindle, I think that kind of tells you. Roll my YouTube is Crypto Glenn. It's exactly as it's spelled here. Same logo, same everything. Crypto Glenn. What's going on, Craig? Appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. It went to 600. Okay, I remember it going to 600, right? I think a lot of the aggregator sites, they just had, they obviously don't have it when it was that young. So supply was 100% less at that point. Listen, I can show you, right? So I showed y'all drop tabs, right? Here's another one. I showed y'all ICO drops. There's another one. Go to dropstab.com. Drops, plural. Dropstab.com. In the search box, I can type in ICP. And it does this for a lot of cryptos. It doesn't do it for all of them. When you come over to ICP, if you scroll down, let me just show y'all this. Y'all might be visual learners like myself. Hold on. Sorry, YouTube. I hope y'all can still hear me. If you come over here, I'm going sideways. I know y'all love that. If you come over here, right, so go to drop tabs. Boom, right there, drop tabs. You search ICP. It's going to give you a little drop down menu. You can click on it. Come down here. You tell it, I want to know what the vesting schedule looks like. And it's going to give you all right, so if you go to the tokenomics over here, it's going to give you the breakdown of how many coins went to who and who got what, right? This is seed private sale. That's the early backers. It's the foundation, strategic partners. Here's pre-sale. There's the Infinity Foundation, team members, strategic partnerships, advisors on a project, on and on, community members, on and on and on. When you come over here and you say, I want to know what each one of these unlock periods looks like, it tells you, right? It's color coordinated. It's going to tell you who gets to unlock what. Okay? If you come up here, the vesting schedule is only 38% of the way done. It's only it's not even half. So after we get through this pump cycle, because people are trying to get the airdrops, you still got to do a strategic round, members that have a total of $52 million that are locked up. You still got to go through the seed and private sale folks that have total over $500 million that are locked up. And those are pretty much, I think, your last two. Yeah, they're completed. Community airdrops completed. Strategic round, they're 88% done. Seed and private guys are 66. Early backers, they're done. So this doesn't mean that they've sold their tokens. This just means they have the right, if they want to sell at any one point in time, to be able to sell. These guys they're not there yet. They're only 66% of the way through there. And every single month, January, February, March, April, May, on the same day, the 11th, is when each one of these groups gets to make an unlock. 1.5% of total market cap, 1.5% of total market cap. This is how much? 97 million, 97 million, 97 million, 97 million, 71 million, on and on and on and on and on. And on and on and on. All into 2025. January, February, March, on and on and on. All right. If they can create hype around the project now, like, hey, more airdrops, whatever the new hot thing will be, like, yeah, that might be sustainable. But I'm telling you, as soon as this airdrop season is over with, it's going to go right back to sell side pressure on the token. So maybe you're not trying to buy in with a giant nut all up in the front, all up at, one point in time. Maybe you're like just slowly buying in, probably buying in on the days when those token releases happen, because there's going to be sell side pressure that's put on them anyway. All right. What's going on, Humble? Happy New Year's, family. Yeah, for sure, Squiddle, no problem. It is high. It is high. I got 2 big bags I struggle with every day. Is it XRP and what else? XRP, the Hex of Safe. Oh my God, the Safe Moon. I mean, the Hex people, don't even get me started. Not gonna lie, my 10 stocks to XRP. Damn it, man. The opportunity cost, yeah. If holding XRP, that's what gets you. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. I still have a bag. I do not regret compounding it, though. I mean, yeah, everybody's got to make that decision for themselves. Appreciate you, Humble. Everybody's got to make that decision for themselves. All about opportunity cost. And again, there were other projects that I could put money into that would provide me with more yield, better ROI. People Dow blew up this morning. Really? Let me take a look at them. Let me take a look. Oh, it's on the DEX. Yeah. I gotta wait for that to load up. There we go. Oh, it's not gonna do it. Damn it. You talking about this one? This bad boy tanked. Kai, you talking about this one? That one? On BNB? Yeah, that shit, boy. God dang. I'm gonna tell you another thing. I'm just dropping all kinds of alpha here today. You're gonna see meme coins on AVAX start to go up here soon because AVAX themselves is going to be buying the meme coins. They call it supporting community tokens. They've got a whole initiative that's dedicated towards it. You can read about it on their Twitter. AVAX meme tokens. I have 30 ICP. Should I purchase more? The general rule of thumb I like to go by is if I have X amount of tokens that I have now, and if the price goes up significantly over the next 6 months, would I be upset if I didn't have more? Personally, if the answer to that question is yes, that tells me what I need to do. If the answer to that question is no, that probably tells me I'm in a pretty good spot. Ultimately, everybody's got to make that decision for themselves. I'll take a look at them. XRP for sure is not my biggest holding. Good. Mitsu, appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Are the spreadsheets still available? Jeffrey, I'm happy you brought that up. So we talk about a lot of information on these lives. In the past, people have asked, hey, I need something else. So I created an ebook. In that ebook, it shows you how I made my first, notice what I just said there, my first, not my only, my first $100,000 in crypto. The information that is in that ebook is still the information that I use till this day. And you guys see me taking trades all day long, right? You can get that ebook from my website at cryptoglen.com, cryptoglen.com. I also have a spreadsheet. If you want to keep an eye on what you're holding, this spreadsheet, it'll allow you to take a look at, hey, if I have X amount of tokens and I take ladder portions out as we go so far at this price, what do my overall profits look like? I've got a spreadsheet available to you that's going to do that. That spreadsheet also tells you, you can plug in your cryptocurrency, whatever you're looking at, and if price goes back to certain marks, what does your total ROI look like? That is a really great resource for you to utilize to get an understanding of where am I at? And if I think price could go back to these levels, do I have enough? Just to answer the gentleman's question here who asked, should I buy more, right? This is a perfect tool for you to use to see if this price goes up, do I have more? Would I want more profit? Do I want less profit? I've never heard anybody say that. What's the probability of this token reaching that price again? Both of those are available right now at cryptoglen.com. And I even think for the holiday, I still have them on combo deal. Now, let me tell you, I do. So you can either get the future forecast age spreadsheet for $40. You can get the ebook for $57, or you can get them both for $40. Kind of a no-brainer. I'm going to tell you what is incredibly special about these products. Right now, people have been asking me, hey, Glenn, I see you taking trades all day long on TikTok, all day long on Twitter. I want to learn more about trading. How do I do it? I'm about 85% done with the second version of the ebook. Everybody that has the ebook, I don't care if you bought it, just the ebook outright. I don't care if you bought the ebook and the spreadsheets, right? You have to have at least the ebook, all right? After the second version of the ebook is done, everybody who has bought the first ebook, version 1, if you put down a valid email address, I'm sending you out the next one for free. You don't have to buy it again. I provide so much alpha and so much information for you guys on these lives. I'm not going to hit you upside the head and make you buy it again. Like something, it just doesn't sit right to me. Other content creators, they might, that's their prerogative. If you guys are rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. So if you have at least one version of the ebook and I've got your accurate email on file, When the second one gets done, you're getting it. Just check your inbox and you'll have it right there. That second version of the ebook is going to be, is going to be more centered around trading. Let me show you something. Let me show you the trade I took last night. We talked about this earlier in the stream. Hang on, YouTube. We talked about this earlier in the stream. This is literally a trade I got into last night. I saw this trade setup, and this is the kind of stuff that the ebook is going to cover. I saw this trade setup happening. This is what you would call a buy setup. We had 3 trailing green candles, right, that all followed one another. Normally this kind of setup, you want to get in at the high of the last preceding candle. I kind of jumped the gun and I got a little bit early. You want to set your stop loss under the bottom of the buy candle, and you want to set your take profit at the top of that range. Okay, here's why TA is like, so I don't even have the words, man, because I got in here, right? This is the candle I got in. You come down, move back up. Actually, there are 2 setups here. You've got a sell. I'm sorry, that's what I saw. I saw the sell side. 3 green candles. Volume is increasing, or the candles are getting large. You've got acceleration. It's moving away from the 20 EMA. You know price has to come back down to the 20 EMA, okay? You get in at the top of the last, what I would call the entry candle. You set your stop loss just below it, right? So there's usually a stop loss down here. And your take profit is just at the top of this range. I took profit somewhere in my first half was like in this area right here. I then set an order where as we get to the top of this, right, where this white line is, to close out my position. Now, why did I do that? Because if everyone else was looking at this trade setup, you would know, okay, you would know that the area to take profits is right at this area up here. So if everybody's looking to take profits up here, you're going to have issues fulfilling your order. So that's why I set my profit just a little bit beneath what would be 100% take profit. Now let me zoom in, right? I'm going to jump down to the 45. Actually, let me jump down to the 15. Look at that. Price was not there for a long time. We came up and we peaked above it twice. I mean, here we barely did it. We barely did it. You know how many people got stuck up here because their orders couldn't get filled? I said, you know what? I'm not going to put my take profit at the area that everybody else wants to be at. I'm going to be at a little bit lower. And I'm fine with that because if I go back to the 4-hour, look what happened. If I go back to the 4-hour, look what happened. Look what happened. Take profit and we rolled over. We fell off a damn cliff. We fell off a cliff. Imagine how many people did not get the orders filled and how many people right now got stopped out. That information is going to be in the ebook. That information is so much more is going to be in the ebook. Like I get people who tell me right now, I bought the first ebook and I'm already making money with it, but I really want to become a trader because I want to know how to do this like on a regular basis. That kind of information is in there. That kind of information is going to separate people who do like well during the bull run to people who are like, I never have to work another job in my life. I'm excited, but I'm going through this book methodically, very meticulously to make sure I don't really leave anything out. And already, again, the conversation we get to have on this live from people who already have the ebook is so much different than like before the ebook was put out. And I can tell who goes to it because they come back in and the questions are different. This ebook right here, my gosh, we get to have like trading conversations. Y'all get to have the conversation with me. Hey, I see this setup happening. What's the best way to play it? Excuse me. We get to have those conversations. I'm excited for it. It's about 80-85% done. But yeah, ideally right now you can go to the website, cryptoglenn.com. You can get the ebook, you can get the spreadsheets, you can get the combo. If it's me, I'm probably going to buy 2 because you can get 2 for the price of just 1, right? And it puts you in contention to be able to get the ebook. Scooter says I was cautious, but I won't let you know how much I have on what. What site is that? AM, it's cryptoglen.com. So it's my website. It's where I host all of my projects. And it's spelled exactly it is in my profile, cryptoglen.com. Appreciate the follow, Nikki. Mr. Tibbs, cryptoglen.com. And then what I'm going to do is, because I've had people who are like, hey, I've gone through it, but I really need a little bit more of an additional walkthrough. On one of the more recent lives, on my next couple of lives, I'm going to get the people together who have it, and we're just going to go through it. We'll probably do that on like Zoom or something. Yeah, SafeMoon was crazy. SafeMoon was crazy. $650 million liquidated. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, we got a fake Calvin Hill in here. What's going on, Joe 2J? How you feeling, family? How long have I been live? Since 12. 12, no. Yeah, 12:30. Kenmore Brawls on AVOX is going up. I'll take a look at that one. I'll take a look at it. How do I find a new project? Big Z, if you missed it, you can head over to my YouTube. This whole entire broadcast has been streamed over on YouTube. You won't see my face, but you'll see my computer screen. And it's going to walk you through how to do it. It's actually live over there right now. Right now. Who will Compaq be to Microsoft? Man, that's a good question. That's a good question. Most of the tech does not require a coin to operate. That's right. Same thing for AI. Humble says, fire. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Stack bags and invest into what needs a coin to operate. Yeah, utility protocols, infrastructure. You guys know I'm a huge fan of infrastructure plays. Huge fan. I really, really like the oracles. Nee, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Pictures where it didn't happen. I just showed it to you, baby. I love TA. I love TA too, man. Crypto Angels in the building. What's going on, girl? How you been? Where you been? My current lines on BTC. Actually, I haven't even looked at the lines on BTC since the market. I was hanging out with the fam early this morning. I'd be looking for Bitcoin to form a little bit of a buy setup here pretty soon, which would be the exact opposite of the sell setup that I just went over with you guys. I'd be looking for it to form a buy setup, because right now, like, we were overextended away from the 20 EMA. Right now, we're under and overextended away from the 20 EMA. So we got to come back up to equilibrium, right? I'm going to be paying attention this year. Hopefully by like this next stream, like 9:30. It's either going to be 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Probably aim for the latter. Got to put the kiddos to bed and all that jazz here tonight. Spend some time with the wife throughout the day. I would definitely be taking a look at a buy setup forming on Bitcoin. It's a little early to call it right now, but just based on what I'm seeing now, I'd be interested to see if that's how it plays. I'll buy the book if you can tell me where we go from here. Oh man, you really gonna hold me to this, huh? Y'all got no faith in crypto, Glenn? Like, I haven't been doing this all cycle. Hang on, stick with me. Steep retracement says you got to go back at least to the 618. You got to go back at least to the 618. The 243 100 area. Call it that. Let me see if I can get funky for you real quick. It's time to get funky, 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 funky. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Oh, we got support. Yeah. We got support. Support area has been hit. Everybody. I got too many fibs up here. I gotta see what I'm doing.